Greetings and welcome to episode 17 of Touchdown Online. Felix and Keith take you through your sports. Sam not able to be with us today, but Keith starting off with, a big London derby. Arsenal, who haven't posted any points on the board against West Ham, who are also in a similar situation.
Yes.
No points on board.
It's a tricky match for both in that they all need the points badly. But I think West Ham are in the more precarious position because one, in spite of the strengthening they've done, I think they still have kind of a weakness in central midfield. They have not replaced the physicality of Kouyaté, who they lost.
Okay.
They have a lot of small men in central midfield. And now they've not won in 2 games and they're facing an Arsenal who need the points and are finally getting a respite of not playing one of the top 6 teams in the league. So honestly, I don't think it bodes well for West Ham in such a game.
But it depends on how you look at it. If the Arsenal that played against Chelsea turns up, they beat West Ham comfortably. Yes. But then there's also the Arsenal that played Man City. They have those moments. Yeah,
but still the Arsenal that played Man City are better than the West Ham that has played the last 2 games. The problem is if the Arsenal that played last season and the one that used to lose to teams like Aston Villa on the first day of the season, if that one shows up, even this West Ham will beat it.
Okay, and what's his name? Pellegrini. Is it an issue of chemistry? Because he got a lot of new players.
Yes, for me, him and Emery are going to suffer the same thing. But him especially, it's chemistry. One, he has to put a new philosophy into the players. 2, he has so many new players. He's going to suffer what Djokanovic of Fulham is basically suffering. You have so many new players adjusting to your formula. It's going to take time. I don't expect him to start adjusting until probably even November.
Okay, and then Manchester City, they have already thrown down the gauntlet to everyone.
Yeah, and the gauntlet is going to keep going.
And they are away to Wolves, which Wolves are also having that same issue.
Yes.
Too many new players trying to beat them.
Yeah, too many new players, and honestly, Wolves suits Man City down to the ground. They're attacking team. They're open. This for me is a sure win for Man City. I cannot see anything else.
Okay, and then
should be goals galore, but I expect a Man City win.
Okay, and of course, Man City still without Kevin De Bruyne, who returns in November. But Liverpool against Brighton, they did beat Crystal Palace 2-0 on Monday.
A very, very good victory in a very tricky game.
And they are setting themselves up as the team to compete with Manchester City for that league title.
I personally think they're good enough to do it on current evidence because Alisson is settling in well. Keita looks like he has always been there, and those are the 2 most important buys they've made. And what I like the most currently is the fact that Joe Gomez is playing in his natural position, and him and Van Dijk look like a potentially great partnership. Even though it's early days,
better than Matip.
Yes, better than Matip, better than Lovren. They look like they understand each other well. They seem to be on the same wavelength. They're both tall guys. They both have pace. So I think it bodes well for Liverpool. And honestly, Brighton, I thought past weekend were kind of flattered by beating Man United, because really Man United were never at the races. All they had to do was win by default. They're going to have a very difficult time against Liverpool, because Liverpool, I think this is their first home game, is it? And Liverpool, their tails are up. I mean, going to a very hard place like Crystal Palace that has been disturbing them for eons,
and they win.
And you win when Palace are actually on form. I really think Brighton have their task cut out for them against Liverpool. Liverpool should win that comfortably.
Okay, but Brighton have a tendency of winning these games, because same thing on Saturday by the they were facing. Okay, Chelsea will be playing Newcastle. There was a time Newcastle used to be a bogey team for them.
I think that's still largely a bogey team.
Right now, Benitez used to be a bogey manager for Chelsea as well.
Yeah, so in that sense, it's a difficult game. But Chelsea are favourites simply because they have the better team. But since they're still adjusting to Sarri ball, they could walk into an ambush. Because Newcastle, even though they had a weird game against Cardiff, I think they look good at home. I think the players that he bought in the team, people like Shah,
when does Benitez unleash Rondon?
I think he will. I think this game, because
you don't buy Rondon to put him on the bench.
No, he didn't have preseason, so that's why I was not surprised he didn't start the first game. But the first home game, I'll be surprised if he doesn't start. Same as Fabian Shah. I expect both of them to be in the team, and if both of them are going to be in the team, Newcastle are going to be a hard prospect, because they'll be good at the back, and Rondon is a actual threat up front.
And Chelsea can't be making the mistakes they made against us.
Yes, if they make the mistakes, if they make those mistakes, Rondon will take those chances. They're not going to. And Kennedy has beef with Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
he has beef. This is the game where he's going to really perform. He has beef. If they make those mistakes they made against Arsenal, they will be punished.
So how do Chelsea actually close up the gaps? Because they were there. So at times they were sporadic. At times they were all out there. That at one point I think Arsenal at halftime should have scored like 4 goals.
I think even though they love Sarri ball, the 3 defenders have to learn how to shift to the right. I mean to the left better. They need to shift earlier. When Alonso goes forward, they need to shift earlier, and Kante needs to come deeper to help Jorginho protect.
Isn't that the idea actually? When Alonso goes, they switch to back 3.
Yes, because that's basically what Sarri ball was at Napoli. When they're attacking, they switch to a back 3. When they're defending, they're back 4. And basically, if the defense learns to shift left faster, so that Kante can come and sort of be like a right wing back. They should do better, but it's early days yet, so it's going to be a tricky match for them. Chelsea should win given they're a better team, but it will not be surprised if they
because Newcastle are not yet playing to the potential of the manager they have, and to some extent even the players they have, and that's been since Benitez took over.
But the thing is, towards the end of last season, they started to play to their potential. And for me, with the additions, even though they really haven't spent much, they've made excellent additions. If those guys gel into the team, people like Fabian Schär, Rondon, Chelsea are going to be, Newcastle are going to be a problem to a lot of teams.
But the game of the tie of the round, Manchester United hosting Spurs, and the fallout from that Brighton game still going on. Paul Scholes tearing into Paul Pogba. Mini Raiola coming back at Paul Scholes, and I think it was Phil Neville who said if Paul Pogba has any respect for United fans after what Raiola said about Paul Scholes, he needs to cut that man loose.
Yeah, but this for me, United have now morphed into the new FC Hollywood, because really, I don't see why they're airing dirty linen in public. It makes no sense to me. All of them keep putting fuel in the fire. First of all, it starts with Woodward. At the end of the window, he starts releasing messages as to why he has not bought players. Mourinho then comes out, claims my players are happy. What?
After
Next
saying,
thing, they play bad.
After
setting them during pre-season, I love my players. They're great. Everything. Then Pogba is handed the captain. He first says he's happy. After the match, I can't say the truth. then Pogba comes out. We embarrassed ourselves. My attitude was not right. Then they ask him, what did the manager say? I can't speak for him. They just keep putting their foot in it. They keep piling on more drama, even without intending.
Mourinho himself.
And then Mourinho comes out after the match. I can't criticize my players.
Because if I say it, you say I don't like my players.
It's so funny. It's so funny. They just keep putting their foot in it, making the drama pile up and pile up, even when it's unintentional. But they need to sort it out.
A decision has to be made like now, because I've argued since last season. There's nothing wrong with that Manchester United team.
I don't agree with that. There are things
I know there's a right winger missing. Yes.
No, it's not a right winger. An entire right flank is dead. It has nothing to do with the right wing. But they don't have a good enough right fullback, and they don't have right-sided attackers.
Yeah, but
for me, that is dead. And to make it worse, they don't have an experienced defender who is good enough and who is different from what they have. And to make it worse, they have a Woodward who has refused to go and invest in those players. He starts lying to you that Jones and Alderweireld is no better than Jones and Smalling. Really? I'm sorry. I don't like Mourinho, but I know that is a lie.
No, but seriously,
I can't blame Mourinho for such
a decision has to be made, and me, I'm beginning to think right now because
the decision that looks like
rumors started flying out. Okay, like I would agree with you. You can't be believing stories from Daily Star, unless if it was Daily Mail, maybe. Yeah. But Daily Star claiming that Mourinho told Woodward to sell Anthony Martial. Now, if there is even any iota of truth in there, I think if Woodward sits down, Martial is 22? He can give you another 10-15 years.
That's the thing.
Mourinho is...
that's why that thing
Mourinho has actually walked out of a place whereby he was adored twice. At Porto and at Inter Milan.
That's why for me it's a non-starter.
I don't think United would bet on Mourinho and let Anthony
Yes,
Martial
that's why that rumor is a non-starter. I mean, the day, why I believe it's a non-starter, the very day Martial's agent came out and said Martial wants to leave. One of the very first statements the Woodwards released, and it even came from Woodward himself, is Martial is going nowhere. It's not an option. If it ever came to a situation where it's between Martial and Mourinho or Pogba and Mourinho, Mourinho can't win.
But then is Mourinho trying to make a way out? Because like you've noticed, he has already turned the fans against Ed Woodward.
There are two things, because there are two possibilities. One, either he's trying to make a way out, or two, he's trying to force the hand of the Glazers and make them appoint him a director of football. Somebody who knows the runnings of football and who is full-time dedicated in signing players, like what people like Klopp have at Liverpool, and what is it? No, he's had them at previous clubs. He had them at Porto. He had at Madrid. He got along very well with the guy at what's his name?
At Madrid.
At Inter.
At Madrid, he fought
No,
Valdano. Okay, at
Inter, is a clown. He deserved to fight with him.
He had Luis Figo.
Valdano had to fight with him. I mean, before he arrived, when he was Chelsea manager, this is the guy who was saying his football was shit on a stick.
I would also fight with that guy. I think that's where the problem comes from.
I would also actually fight with him if I got that, because I know the guy already does not rate me.
Valdano's comment from 2005, I think, was the problem.
Yeah.
But then you're talking of him, he has worked with sporting directors, but I think that's different from working to a system whereby those are the set parameters, to you having been to England before, gone back again, and now you have to go into a role whereby you're not the one to determine really who comes and who goes.
Yes, yeah, but his
because
bigger
of the time
problem,
a Premier League manager had.
Yes,
but then I think
his bigger problem
is a general trend in the Premier League. All clubs are moving.
Yes, and honestly, United are kind of behind in that. And the truth is, Woodward seems to be doing so much on the commercial side and doing next to nothing on the player side.
Okay.
And basically, he was on a different throughout the preseason. He was on a different continent to Mourinho, and this is the guy supposed to sign new players. And then in the last week, he starts making offers for people like Godin. I mean, come on.
But that was Mourinho.
That was not Mourinho. That was Woodward making offers. Let me tell you, the guy didn't make an offer the entire summer, and then in the last week, what's even more embarrassing? On the last day. You offer a deal to Godin. Do you think Godin is stupid? That he's going to pack up in less than 24 hours to leave Atletico and come to United?
Boateng has been showing signs of leaving Bayern. Because even if he called Mourinho and told him, I wouldn't want to join Manchester United, I want to think United didn't try enough.
No, I believe he just wanted to play in the Champions League.
But Man U in the Champions League.
I mean, not in the Champions League.
Play
in the Champions League in a team that can actually win it. And the fact is, United are not that team. Even if they said Boateng, I'm sorry, they will not win the Champions League.
What if Boateng is the guy who changes it?
He's not. I'm sorry. He's good, but he really isn't. He's not going to take United to a Champions League team.
No, compared to the
He's not.
Compared to the chaff that is already at Old Trafford.
Yeah, no, he will improve the team.
Boateng would be getting a Ferrari.
He will improve the team, but I'm sorry, Boateng will not take them to Champions League contention.
Okay,
that one is still a while off. So basically, until they sort out this FC Hollywood business, they have issues. And right now, the pressure is on.
Okay,
they're facing Spurs.
They have to sack Mourinho.
They either have to sack Mourinho or they have to bring a director of football. It's one or the other. Because for me, you cannot keep a manager who you're not supporting and who you have basically swept all the power from under him. You said he can't buy or sell players. Now players who he has been challenging, but you can't threaten them. You can't threaten a Martial. I will sell you if you play badly.
But
you can't tell
I
Pogba, so
remember
he's basically powerless.
Did Woodward actually basically tell Mourinho, if you want to buy players, you need to sell some?
That was the rumor, but I'm never why I'm not convinced about it. Woodward made no effort to sell people because Blind was sold.
Did Mourinho say, okay, sell this one, and Woodward were like, no, we won't sell that one?
If you wanted to sell players, they would be sold. I mean, Blind was sold. That's what I think.
I don't think Blind was sold.
No,
he was just given.
Blind was sold. Blind was sold. That's
like
the thing. For Woodward, what happens is you go and ask Woodward, Jones and Smalling are the English core. We can't sell them.
Okay, that's all time.
You want a devil? No. Smalling and Jones are as good.
That's all time we had for this episode. Catch us on the next one.